This mile-and-a-quarter course will challenge the drivers as they accelerate from the start dock and immediately head across the course to the entrance pin on the back straight and into a tricky pair of turns 3 and 4. It's narrow here because of a bridge embankment. Accelerating now down the front straight through turns 1 and 2, they come to a very unusual right-hand dogleg with no chance to rest, turning the boat constantly, setting up for turns 3 and 4 and back to the start-finish line. The Mod VPAs are an exciting new class, and some of the drivers to keep an eye on this afternoon. First of all, Rusty Campbell, current world champion points leader, has won 2 of the first 3 races on the season. And Chip Watkins, the man on the move in this class, has won the last race at Davenport.
Look for Charlie Anderson to be tough, driving for Anderson Marine, and Roger Meekins will be driving for Muscle Boats.
Drivers from coast to coast are here this afternoon. We're getting set for the start of the first race of the day, the Mod VPs, when we return right after this. Welcome back to the 48th annual Minneapolis Aquatennial and the Champion Sparkplug Powerboat Classic. We're getting set for the first race of the day, the Mod VPs. And let's take a look at the starting lineup. On the pole, Rusty Campbell, after setting the fastest time of the day, driving for Castleberry Foods. Next up is Michael DeMaio, driving for Haslam Bass Riverside Marine, who took a heat victory yesterday. Third, Tam Bridges, driving for Muscle Boats.
Qualifying fourth, driving for Kendall Oil, is Bear Davies. The Muscle Boat entry of Roger Meekins is 5th on the grid, and Minnesota native Randy Pearson finished 6th on his qualifying run.
Starting in the 7th spot, Drew Davis from Texas, who finished 3rd in his qualifying heat, while in the 8th slot, David Ratcliffe, driving for Kendrick Paint and Body. And in the 9th spot, Charlie Anderson, driving for Anderson Marine and Bosch.
Driving for LNG Marine, Larry Geemoon sits 10th on the starting dock. The Gene Cisneros entry of Pete Sprouse is 11th. The 12th position goes to Lino Lake, Minnesota driver Gary Duncanson. Filling out the field of qualifiers is Chip Watkins, driving for Fred Bowden's California Gold.
Tough day yesterday for Chip. He didn't get a chance to qualify.
Chip, tell us a little bit about what happened yesterday. You weren't able to go out and qualify your boat.
Well, we had some technicalities that had to be taken care of, Steve. It cost us a lot of work. The workload, unfortunately, kept us out of the qualification heat. We've got everything straightened away, and we're ready to go today.
Must have been tough on the crew, knowing that you're so close to fighting Rusty Campbell for the top point structure in the Mod VP standings, and not being able to even take the boat out yesterday, even tested here in Minneapolis.
Well, the crew never stopped. The crew kept on working. I was a little frustrated, but the crew never stopped for a second.
It looks like the course is a calm course today. Is that where you want to be with the Stoker V-tunnel?
Well, the Stoker really works well in any types of water, whereas a lot of the other manufactured boats fall off in the rough water. So actually, we'd really prefer it a little bit on the rough side to see if we could perhaps hinder the competition a little bit.
Is Chip Watkins a come-from-behind driver?
Chip Watkins is a come-from-behind driver. Given enough time, he'll be there.
Thank you. We wish you the best of luck.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you later in the winner's circle.
So Chip will start from the back of the field. 13 drivers lined up along the dock. The white flag is up. Fred Howenstein, the official starter, waves the flag and the boats are underway. And Rusty Campbell gets away in a perfect start. But there, Michael DeMaio is stalled at the dock. And as we watch the boats come at you here, it's Rusty Campbell who said, Mike, before this race started, he needed to get out in front. He likes racing here in the calm water.
I think Rusty's gaining experiences in all types of water. He's getting good in both calm and rough water. And going through that first turn right there, it is calm right now, but in a couple of seconds, it's going to get real rough when the rest of them come through.
Great battle for second place between 3 boats. Bear Davies hugging the inside, grabbing second place. We asked our leader before the race how he liked running on this unusual circuit and comparing it with his home circuit in Augusta.
The courses are real similar. The major difference is this course has a dog leg. You're never running your boat in a straight line. We have to go under a bridge. That's something new to me. We did it at Davenport. That was the first time. Really doesn't make any difference. We're having to slide the boats up the straightaway right in about the middle of the straightaway Mod VP. I mean, you've got 2 turns on the wheel and it's crabbing through the water, which my boat does good, and really it's a little bit more fun to drive it that way.
What Rusty means by crabbing is he's pointing the boat in one direction, but it's headed in another.
So as the drivers come around to complete the second lap, it's Rusty Campbell out with a 4-second lead in first place. In second, it's Randy Pearson out of Avon, Minnesota, who started in 6th. He's moved up to second. In third now is Bear Davies. And in fourth is Roger Meekins out of Baltimore, Maryland. And the driver who is moving up very quickly is Charlie Anderson, who started in ninth.
This is Charlie's first race for the new Mirage hull. He switched from the STV that he's been running for the last couple of years, went to the Mirage. It's going to be interesting to see how he competes against the STV like Rusty's running and the new HydroStream boats.
Gary Duncanson out of Little Lakes, Minnesota, pulling to the inside. He qualified 12th.
Steve, there's what Rusty's talking about, the crabbing. There he's got the boat pointed in one direction, but it's actually traveling in another.
Well, Campbell out in first place. He won at Augusta and also Sacramento. There's the battle for second place. On the right of your screen, Roger Meekins now taking over second place as Randy Pearson is forced to the outside here. Meekins starting to march himself up the ladder. Meekins started back in fifth place. He's up to second.
Charlie Anderson's back there in fourth, so we can't count him out yet. The neat thing about this is, here's Charlie Anderson with the new Mirage hull, and Meekins and Pearson are in the new HydroStreams. They're out. This is their second race for them. It's going to be interesting. It's developing into quite a battle with the boat manufacturers.
Well, there you see the man from Baltimore, Maryland, driving for Muscle Boats. Roger Meekins making the turn. As we mentioned, a great battle going on for second place between Meekins, Pearson, and also Charlie Anderson. Back to our leader, Rusty Campbell, as he fights his way around turns number 1 and 2. A tricky part of the course here. If you drift too wide, Mike, you could go over to the banking, and there you've got a lot of overhanging trees. You have to pay a lot of attention as you make your way through that south side of the course. Well, Campbell's built up a 5-second lead, but we've got a long way to go in this race. We'll be back with more right after this. Michael and Mike Butler welcoming you back to the Champion Sparkplug Powerboat Classic here from Minneapolis this afternoon. We've got a tremendous battle. We've reached lap number 8 of our first event in the Mod VPs, and it's Rusty Campbell out of Augusta, Georgia, driving the Mercury-powered Castleberry Foods entry. There you see the battle going on for second place. It's been a tremendous battle all afternoon between 3 boats. Charlie Anderson in boat number 77, and also along with him, Randy Pearson, number 9, and number 30, Roger Meekins. And there you see the man in the lead, Rusty Campbell. He's been able to build up a 16-second cushion, Mike, because of these other drivers battling it out tooth and nail. They're so busy wrapped up in what they're doing that Campbell is making good his escape.
Well, there you see Charlie Anderson just passed Roger Meekins for second place now, and Rusty's had the clean water. He's had the fairly calm water for the first 8 laps, and he's able to build up that lead. But now you see Charlie Anderson, that new Mirage boat, just got by Roger Meekins in the HydroStream.
And you can see how that hull is really being aired out. There's the driver out of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, driving for Anderson, Marine, and Bosch. And he started night today from the dock because he had his trim malfunction in the qualifying heat Saturday, and he had a frog-like hop his driving style in the course yesterday, and it was a real problem for him.
Stevie's got everything totally dialed in right now. The boat is running beautiful. You can see coming out of that turn there, the boat gets aired out quick. He gets a pop, the tail pop, and he's running beautiful.
We have reached lap number 16 of the race this afternoon, and the good people at Champion Sparkplugs, who are sponsoring this great race here in Minneapolis, talked about the history of Champion Sparkplugs in racing.
Well, Champion's been involved in racing for more than 75 years, and it covers all forms. We're talking boats, airplanes, automobiles, even motorcycles. It's something that we began as a performance project. It was engineering initially, and it's broadened out from there to include sponsorship and a number of other activities.
Campbell now continues to control the action. There's a big disappointment. Roger Meekins, who is up to second place. Looks like he is out of the race, Mike, and what a bitter disappointment for this man, showing his best race of the year.
Well, he did. That was the new HydroStream was running very well. And there you see Rusty. He's just getting by Chip Watkins. It looks like he's laughing.
Watkins, who we remember started 13th from the dock. He didn't get a chance to qualify yesterday. There's the man from Massapequa, New York, driving for California Gold. And this could be a very key point in Rusty Campbell's season. He is passing the man who is behind him in second place in the standings with just 9 points. And he has grabbed a 1-lap lead, and he knows that Chip Watkins won't be able to challenge him today, and he's going to move out farther in the standings for 1987.
Well, I expected more from Chip Watkins, but Rusty Campbell is looking good. This will be possibly his 3rd win of the season. He's winning on all types of water, on the calm water, the rough water. He's just looking great.
And the only man that's beat him this year is the man next to him who he is lapping, Chip Watkins. And Rusty told us he made a wrong prop selection at the last race at Davenport, opening the door for Watkins to win. And it's been a consistent race for Rusty Campbell this afternoon. We have reached the final lap, and Campbell, who had the biggest lead of the day at Lap number 11 with 16.3 second margin over second place man. He has kept it within that distance. He slowed up a little bit on the final laps here. He is ahead by over 13 seconds, and Charlie Anderson is behind him trying to catch up, but he's going to run out of time as Rusty Campbell for Castleberry Foods comes across the line and takes the checkered flag, and he has won his third race in 4 attempts on the IOGP Mod VP World Championship this year. And for Campbell, he lapped all but the top 3 boats in recording the dominating 13-second victory over Charlie Anderson, while Anderson held off Tab Bridges by another 22 seconds. So for Campbell, he has now won 3 of 4 races and is starting to look like this may be his year to capture the championship. Chip Watkins, his closest rival at this point of the season, ran a credible race considering he had to learn the course as he went, starting 16th and finishing 6th for 1 championship point. So a very happy crew here from Augusta, Georgia, Mike, really supporting this team this year.
Rusty does the work in the race course, but it's what's behind the scenes that counts. He's got an excellent crew. Billy Powell, Rourke Summerford, they're great.
So as a happy driver from Augusta carries the victory flag to the dock. Let's go down and hear his comments about the race this afternoon here in Minneapolis.
Yeah, how about there?
Rusty Campbell, congratulations. It's starting to be old hat seeing you around here. 3 out of 4 times in first place. 87 is becoming your year. Tell us about today's race.
Oh, Steve, we just did right what we had planned to do. Again, we came to run on this rough water. Told you about the dog leg in the course. That was the key. Boat just ran good. Rourke's got the boat going. Billy's got that Mercury outboard humming, and Castleberry's STV team's just coming on. Everything's going good.
Well, we talked about it before the race, that maybe it was going to be a calm and quiet course, but really once the race started and you get that many boats on there, it looked like it was pretty rough out there.
It got pretty bumpy, especially in the number 3 turn. It was a little bumpy. I kind of snoozed one time and let my boat hook just a little bit, but nothing bad. And we're just glad it's over, and we got first place again, and everybody's safe back on the dock.
Well, it looks like you had a happy ride today. I noticed one time coming out of turn number 1, you hooked it a little bit, but you recovered beautifully, and you marched off to a 14-second lead.
Yeah, I was glad I had my own Charlie Anderson. He was keeping pace with me the whole race, and just so we keep leaving the dock like we're leaving it and get out front, that means a lot in this boat racing. And I just want to thank everybody that helped. Mercury Outboard guys especially have been a lot of help this weekend, and Castleberry's STV going to win another one in St. Louis, I hope.
Rusty, congratulations. It looks like 87 is becoming your year. 3 big victories, 4 races. The man from Augusta, Georgia, marching off to a big victory here in Minneapolis. Congratulations, and have a lot of fun and champagne time here in Minneapolis tonight.
Thank you. Sure do appreciate it.